You are now tuned in to Believe. Do you believe?
Welcome to Sugar-Coated Murder Podcast, a brilliant true crime podcast hosted by two zany sisters, all while baking up delicious treats in their kitchen. Here are your podcast hosts, Karen Devaney and Ann Varner.
I'm Dan.
I'm Lou, and together we are Casting Views.
An uncle and nephew chatting on random topics, some heavy, some fun, but we aim to amuse.
Don't miss out, don't delay. Subscribe to Casting Views today.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and Good Pods.
Hello.
Hey, Sean.
How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Welcome.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers
Oh,
with
yummy.
the Bailey. Oh, you got sloppy.
You hit it too hard.
Oh, my God. Just slurp it. Just slurp it.
I got it.
Anyway, I'm very excited to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to hear it?
I am, but I've got Bailey's all over the place right now, so I'm a little distracted. What is it?
J and K are here.
Yay! It's J&K.
From Sorry Mama, Fuck My Work Life pod.
Oh, God, that was early.
That was
early,
real
Sorry,
That was
Mama.
real early. Yeah, y'all might want to just go ahead and say Sorry Mama.
Sorry, Mama.
Sorry, Mama.
She actually really loves it when people do that. She adores it. That makes her happy. So anyway, J and K are here from FMWL podcast, and we love their podcast
We
because it's
do.
all about horrible work stories, which
Yes.
we all can relate to.
We have so many.
Yes, and they drink a lot, which we really like too.
There are
I'm
people.
sorry that we're moving, but we're not. It's not an earthquake. That's we all have those.
I'm exhausted. Yes, they have all these there are people. I don't know what to say.
I know
There are people.
There are kindred.
Our kindred, yes.
Our
And I
kins.
feel like we're so close now, we can just turn our podcast right over to them.
I know. I think we're gonna.
We're going to have a
So J and K,
podcast.
tell us all about your podcast, how people can find you, how much people love you, because we all know it's true. And then we're going to start our podcast.
Take it away,
Go
Jay.
All right. So our podcast is basically people send in their work stories and we read their work stories and kind of commiserate together with each other and, crack wise and get shitty and sorry, Mama, and have a good time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is.
So you can find us like all the socials were FMWL pod. If you've got a fun work story, you can send it to us at fmwlpod@gmail.com. We loved it when you guys came on and shared your work stories. That
We
was
got some doozies.
so much
Yeah,
fun.
we had some
Yeah, it
doozies. We talked about
Definitely
some
one of the more
doozies.
memorable ones.
Yeah.
We didn't let Mama hear that one.
No, we didn't.
Probably best.
It's probably best that we just didn't let her hear that.
Sorry, Mama.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, very, very much sorry, Mama. Oh, actually, it's more sorry, not sorry, Mama. On that
So
one.
basically what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to do our podcast, only it's not going to be Karen and Ann telling the story. It's going to be J and K.
What a great break.
And there'll still be a recipe.
that have to listen to our damn voices all the
I know.
time.
People are like, thank God.
Oh, please.
Shut these two broads up.
Can't take it. So try to put on a
No.
Southern accent, though, if you can.
I'll try.
I think we both can.
Oh, very good. Very good. So who's going to go first?
I think you should go first, Jay.
Whose murder is
You
first?
want me to go first? I'll go
Yeah.
first. All right. Look,
No, I am impressed. No,
I know what I'm doing here. All right.
I mean,
you're like a
like a
reporter.
professional.
He's making us look bad already.
Wow.
Damn.
So I don't know if I can do the whole story in a Southern accent.
You don't have to.
You don't.
Okay, good. I don't want to let you down, but
You could never.
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 okay. August 4th, 2002. 10-year-olds Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman left a barbecue to go to the store and buy some candy in a small town of Soham in the east of England. And they were never seen again. Dun,
What?
dun, dun.
Poor little babies.
For 2 weeks, the town of Soham and all of England, for that matter, are dumbfounded and conduct search party after search party to try and locate the girls. The whole country held hope that the girls would turn up safe. But as time passed, the families of the girls get increasingly worried that that would not be the case. I don't type so well sometimes. So
okay.
when I read it, I don't read it right.
You don't read, you don't read too good.
How I meant to type it. Because there's no commas or periods or anything. It's just words and words and words.
Just a sea of words.
All right. So y'all bear with me.
We're with you.
The girls' disappearance headlined the national news. Many interviews were done with people pleading for the safe return of the girls to their small, sleepy town. One emotional interview showed a local school caretaker pleading for them to come home if they ran off, or if someone has them, please let them go. His name was Ian Huntley. While giving this interview, he already knew the girls would never come home and their families would never see them again.
Oh, no.
Because he was an epic piece of shit.
They always want to come forth too they always want to be in the search or
Part
in
of
the,
it, yeah.
Yeah.
press.
That's one thing that a lot of police, a lot of investigators, that's one thing that now they have started to look like who is overly wanting to be involved in this investigation that has no connection to people that are missing or, when they're doing these things, because typically those people are the pieces of shit that probably did it.
Yeah.
I hate those pieces of shit too.
Right.
I don't like them. It's making Jay drink.
He's drinking. Really?
God damn.
Everything
I'm
makes
sorry,
Jay
Mama.
drink.
I'm sorry, Mama. That was the cardinal sin.
You didn't finish it. You're all right.
Damn it, Ian.
I want like popcorn, like the story.
That would
Huntley
be really good on a podcast.
Yeah.
Popcorn. They really enjoy that.
Well, she's not editing, so she doesn't care.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to Ann and Karen.
Oh my gosh.
Moving on. Ian Huntley was born in Grimsby, Lincolnshire, because that's how they say it. I would say Lincolnshire.
Me too.
Lincolnshire.
Like Mike just heard headphones.
That's a K mic.
Sorry. I mean, Jay, I'm not saying that you're not great. That was just a really good accent. That
For
Kay
me?
did.
Yes. Yeah.
Lincolnshire.
Ian Huntley was born in Grimsby, Lincolnshire, United Kingdom in 1974.
Wow. Wow. Well done.
He was one of two boys. He was raised in a normal working class family. Growing up, Huntley was not a very social person and stuck close to his mother, rarely going to play with the other kids. This did not fare well for Huntley in school. He was frequently a target for bullies. Despite having few friends in his teenage years, he did create multiple relationships with girls, but none would last very long, and all of them were girls much younger than him.
Ew.
Ew. So gross. Ew. It's so creepy. Sorry, Mama. In December 1994, at age 20, Huntley met 18-year-old Claire Evans, and within weeks, they were married.
Weeks.
Yeah.
Is he good looking?
I mean,
you Google it.
I mean, he's not horrible looking. I've seen pictures of him. I've seen I watched the interviews that he did. Where are you going?
I'm going to a dog because my sister keeps giving me the side eye, like I'm pressing a button and making her do something.
Sorry, we're waiting for Ann to come back.
No, Ann's still here. I just have to sit on my floor and take care of my dog.
She's just a disembodied voice.
Yeah.
It's a lot. All right.
Oh, mess.
Here we go.
Sorry, y'all.
So like I said, Huntley met 18-year-old Claire Evans, and within weeks, they were married. This would not last long either, as Claire quickly realized that Huntley had a terrible temper. she would often find herself struggling with him to remove his hands from around her neck.
Oh, golly.
Excuse me?
In a turn of
Could you
events,
kindly
Claire would
remove your hands from around my neck. For the third time today, please kindly remove them. Like,
Not
I'm
my
trying
thing.
to cook your damn dinner.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
In a turn of events, Claire would leave Huntley for his younger brother.
Oh,
ouch.
scandal.
That's going to hurt.
It gets better.
Uh-oh.
She wanted a divorce, but Huntley would not grant her one for 4 years. And in 1999, he relented and gave her what she wanted. So yeah, so this guy, she's banging his brother.
Yeah, and he still won't let her go.
And he's like, no, we will not separate. No, because I don't want you to be official with my little brother. During the dissolution of the marriage, Huntley went from apartment to apartment and job to job and had a string of relationships with different girls. In 1998, at the age of 24, he fathered a daughter with a 15-year-old girl.
Oh,
No
Come on,
way.
Ian.
This was not uncommon for Huntley.
wait.
As he
had,
grew older, his attraction to women became younger.
Oh,
did,
no.
Did he
So
have
not women,
multiple
girls.
kids?
No, he did not have multiple kids. He
Okay.
just had the one.
Just like young girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not women.
Not
I
women.
think for a guy like this, and I think this guy is one of those guys where he tried people at his own age, didn't work out. They could see right through it.
His hands around
Yeah.
their neck.
Yeah.
That's the deal
Tried
breaker
people
for so
a couple
many.
Only
years
the
younger,
15-year-olds appreciate the
didn't
hands
work
around the
out,
neck.
Mhm.
and was slowly working his way down
What a Steve.
the age
Mhm.
ladder to people that he could manipulate.
Yeah.
You know.
Sounds like manipulate, control, put his hands around their necks.
Mhm.
They didn't know it was wrong, I guess. I don't know.
Oh God, it's so gross.
It's really not okay.
Where was I?
Yeah.
Oh, he fathered a daughter with a 15-year-old girl. He was investigated by police for complaints of inappropriate conduct made by up to 60 young girls
Oh my God.
Oh, my Lord.
in the town of Grimsby.
All in Grimsby.
Righto.
Right there, you got it.
In 1998, he was charged with rape, but the charges were dropped due to lack of evidence.
Wait.
This tainted his reputation
No, don't
around
say
town.
taint.
This tainted his reputation.
Yeah, I know.
This is the one thing. This is
Yeah.
is the thing that like took him
This is
down.
it.
Well, I think it was a buildup of things,
Yeah.
and then they finally got him on something and charged him with something, and then the charges wouldn't stick, so he was let out. And I think the people in the town were like, "Yeah, but we know, sorry,
Yeah.
Mama, we know, we know,
We know what
we
you're
know
doing.
what you're about."
Now we have
Right.
eyes on you, and
Yeah.
you're nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then, in 1999, Ian Huntley met Maxine Carr. After dating for a month, they moved in together. Ian's reputation around town did not make it easy for him to find work. After a year of living together, in February of 2000, they moved to Scunthorpe, about 30 miles west of Grimsby.
Is that skunk Thor?
Kind of, but
Yeah.
drop the K, drop that last K.
Last cat. Okay. Skun Thor.
Things seemed to be normal for the couple, but Ian was slowly slipping into his old ways and was becoming more and more prone to violent outbursts.
You're doing so good.
I thought, I was trying to read. Look here. Don't you judge me. I got damn near 3 pages left of this son of a bitch. I was trying to get them. I should have made the letters bigger. My letters are small. K's letters are big. I should have made my letters bigger.
You'll know next time.
Damn Microsoft Word.
Oh, my God. Oh, you've got me sweating.
Neighbors in their new apartment would often see and hear Ian yelling and hitting Maxine while she was crouched on their couch or sitting at the table, telling her, "I'm your boss. You do as you're told. I tell you when you go and when you don't. You don't listen to anyone. You listen to me."
Oh,
Was she a lot younger?
I mean, was she?
So I think Maxine, I know I should have put that in. I think she was like 4 years younger than him. So she wasn't like super
Lots
young.
and lots, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody needed to tell her girlfriend.
Yeah.
You can fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
He does have
especially
to
against
sleep.
this guy, like
Mhm.
Yeah, he has to sleep at some point. So
Mhm.
just saying.
it didn't take long for Ian's past to catch up with him in Scunthorpe. Police were seen questioning him about things that had happened back in Grimsby. The accusations were still coming in, and a pattern was starting to emerge.
Oh no.
Hey, stop reading my story while I'm reading it. I see you watching it and reading it. This is supposed to be a prize for you. You ain't supposed to know where it's going to go.
Surprise.
I'm
You
not
keep
reading
looking all at
ahead.
it.
Look, Jay.
Jesus.
You
I'll
said the
do it.
letters were
Lord.
small. Maybe she's just admiring how small your letters
Yeah.
I just typed it. I ain't write it. Ain't my letters. It's
Is
that
it like
stupid
8-point
Microsoft
fonts?
Word. Look how big her letters are. These
Well,
big letters.
Because
Look how
I'm
little
blind
mine
as a bat.
are.
you know, there is a setting you can set for how big your letters are when you're on that Microsoft thing.
Hey, I don't need you.
Oh, yeah. Durrell.
Dang it, Daryl.
You're doing real good. Keep up the good work.
How many years? I mean, he's chugging.
Oh,
the
bless
beer.
his heart.
Chugging the beers.
Chugging the beer. Right? Can't get through this fast enough.
Bless his heart.
Oh
Moving on.
Okay. Yeah, let's get serious, please.
Despite the wildly dysfunctional relationship, the couple decided once again to move south 100 miles away from the small town of. Damn it.
How do you spell that town?
P-H-H-H-H-H-H. I'm gonna start that over.
You don't think I can edit that out?
Despite the wildly dysfunctional relationship, the couple decided once again to move south 100 miles away to the small town of Soham, hoping to leave the stigma of Ian's past behind them and start anew.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. Just keep moving. Don't
And
get
it's a
some
problem.
problem.
They
Hey,
can't
get
get
some
south.
help
It's
with
like
the
the further
problem.
south I
Let's
go, the more
move.
acceptable this will be.
I got a bad reputation. Here we got to go.
We got to pick up and get this caravan going.
Maxine would find a job as a teaching assistant at St. Andrew's Primary School. Ian found a job as a caretaker at nearby Soham Village College.
Man, I guess your bad reputation doesn't follow you.
I guess I don't do
everywhere like
background
it
checks
does here.
today.
I guess, but this was like what, early 2000s? It's
Yeah.
not, the internet was around, right?
Yeah.
In England,
Yeah,
I don't
but-
know if they had it in England. I don't know when they got it.
It didn't make it over there just yet. Sorry, Dan.
I'm so sorry that we've offended the entire UK. It didn't mean it. It was totally Jay. Jay did that, not us.
Sorry.
So now we get into the day in question.
Okay.
On August 4th, 2002, 10-year-olds Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman were enjoying a barbecue at the Wells family home in the Red Garden district of Soham. In the afternoon, the girls were playing video games together and decided to change into matching Manchester United football jerseys.
Aw.
At around 5:15, Holly's mother snapped a picture of the two girls together. This would be the last picture taken of them.
Aw.
Around
Golly.
6:15, the girls decided to take a walk to buy some candy and didn't tell Holly's parents where they were going.
Oh, no.
It was the decision that would cost them their lives.
Oh my goodness.
At 8:30 p.m.,
You're
Holly's
really
parents
bringing me
went.
down, man.
really bringing us down.
Really bringing me
Jay.
down.
Suck it up. I'm in the middle of a paragraph. I just lost my place. And these letters are so small. Now I got to read through half the shit to find where I was.
They said, hi, mama.
Oh, that's not friendly. at. Baby, how you say that? How you say that?
8:30.
30.
Okay.
Okay. What's that little? What's some dots though in the middle of it?
It's your colon.
Yeah, that's your colon right there.
At 8:30 pum. Holly's. That's how I make that noise. The apostrophe. Is that apostrophe? All right.
Oh, God.
At 8:30 p.m., Holly's parents went up to the room to check on the girls. They were nowhere to be found. This immediately raised alarm bells. You hush now. You hold it in.
I'm holding it.
Hold it in. I don't care if you got a fart to hold it in. You hold it in.
I'm holding it.
Look at Ann. She can't even look up.
Oh, he's still checking his ears, and he wonders why he keeps burping.
No, he's like, I'm so belchy. Chug, chug, chug. I'm real belchy today.
I don't know what the problem is.
I only have 5 green peppers and 17 beers.
I got another beer lined up. Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'll stop
ready.
drinking.
No,
I'll wait until
don't you
Kay
dare.
starts reading her story
We like it.
with her big letters. They were nowhere to be found. This immediately erased. Fucker. You hush that bitch now. This immediately raised alarm bells. They contacted the police to report the girls missing. At dawn the next morning, police launched a massive search using 400 officers, and to boost the search area, hundreds of residents of the town of Soham aided the police in looking for the girls.
Oh, gosh.
The police were confident that the girls had wandered off and gotten lost in the countryside, since it was only a few hundred yards from the fens where they were last seen. So the fens,
the store, right?
The fence
No.
is a store.
the fens is like it's a place in Soham that it's swampland. It's basically swampland because they're on the east coast of England, so it's a little bit in. So a lot of the coastal area is basically swamps.
Like
but
where we live.
yeah, like here.
but it fluctuates so much that sometimes it's really deep and sometimes it's not so deep.
Yes.
Like Florida.
Yeah.
South Carolina, we're marshes. We're not swamps. We're marsh.
Yeah, and they actually
Same
refer to
thing.
this more like marsh.
Okay.
know.
Yeah, because that's more
But
sophisticated
also,
than swamp.
It's the same thing. Yeah. It sounds better.
It's just so much
Exactly.
more
Because them
sophisticated.
English, they fancy. Whatever. The police were confident that the girls had wandered off and gotten lost. Possibly they could have wandered off and even fallen in the fen.
Oh.
The next day, the parents had a press conference pleading for their return. Police based their headquarters at the girls' school, St. Andrew. The searches continued around the clock with over 500 locals and police officers. The search and investigation into the 2 10-year-olds' disappearance quickly became one of the country's biggest investigations. Everyone who had seen them or thought they had seen them was interviewed. The searches continued for over a week with no luck.
Oh my
It seemed
gosh.
as if the girls just vanished off the face of the earth.
Oh, poor girls. Little
On
babies.
August 15th, 11 days after the girls had gone missing, the UK media company Sky News decided to retrace their steps, which included interviewing the last person known to have seen them. His name was Ian Huntley.
Oh,
Also-
Wait a minute.
that's
Also,
bad.
the boyfriend of Jessica and Holly's former classroom assistant, Maxine Carr.
Oh man.
Wait a
Carr's
minute.
position at St. Andrews was temporary, and when she applied for the permanent position, she was denied.
Right, because she's with a
Pedophile, or as they would say, a
bad name, a
pedophile.
pedophile.
Ian Huntley
Pedo.
Ian Huntley offered himself up as an eyewitness to last seeing the girls around 6:15 when the girls, according to Mr. Huntley, walked by his cottage asking how Mrs. Carr was doing. He responded by saying she's inside but not doing well since she hadn't gotten a position.
Ooh, was that how he lured them into the house?
They said, please tell her that they were very sorry, and then they walked off.
I don't think they walked off.
No,
Maxine
no.
Carr was also interviewed.
Uh-oh.
She seemed shocked and sad at the girl's disappearance, even showing a card that one of the girls had made for her on her last day at school. The journalist didn't think anything of the interview until he got back to his van and his producer asked him to play it back. Upon playing it back, continuously referring to the girls in the past tense.
Oh, wicked woman.
Oh my God, she knows something.
Maxine.
This alarmed them, but was nothing that made them think they could have been responsible. But investigators were suspicious. On Friday, August 16th, police brought the pair in for questioning, taking them to separate stations. Meanwhile, forensic experts began to search their home as well as Village College where Huntley worked. The couple
All right.
They were both questioned for 7 hours.
How many? Seven?
How about 7 hours?
Okay.
The couple was.
No, they were separate. They were separated.
They were separated.
So I was typing this at work. I was doing this at work, like writing this whole thing out. And so I think I was just like, tick, 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 and I didn't really read through it. So there's going to be some hiccups that
or some.
I mean, there's only been a couple so far. There's only been a couple.
Like one.
There's been like 1 or 2 hiccups and 7 or 8 burps. It's fine. It's fine.
It's the way it always
What
goes
you're
on
getting
this
so
podcast.
uptight about?
I'm not. This is the way we always do it. We're fine. We're always belching on the podcast. This is what we do. Sugar-coated belching.
They were both questioned for 7 hours. Maxine gave Huntley an alibi, stating that she had been home with him Maxine gave Huntley an alibi, stating that she had been home with him the night the girls disappeared. When the televised interviews with the couple were seen by locals in their previous mother.
I think that the blooper reel is going to be longer than the actual podcast episode.
Oh, you know what? I'm done. You know what? He killed the girls. That's where we end.
Oh, son of a bitch. He just ruined it. Oh, no. Aren't you just sassy? The end.
Suck it in. Hold it in. When the televised interviews with the couple were seen by locals in their previous residence of Grimsby, the investigators were contacted by several people saying they recognized Ian Huntley as the man accused of rape in their town. Also, that Maxine Carr was seen in the town square of Grimsby the night the girls disappeared.
Oh, Maxine.
What's she doing in
This
the
raised
square?
suspicions even more.
Wow.
The couple was then taken to separate safe houses while investigators continued to search their home and the grounds of the Village College where Huntley worked.
They need to put them in unsafe houses.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's put everyone at them.
I say put them in the
town
zoo
square.
and like the lion enclosure.
Yeah.
Nice square with it. We'll come back and get you in the morning.
Put her in a blockade.
In a blockade.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes, the
Or
blockades.
what are those?
Yeah, the thing.
A stockade, not a
Stockade, yeah.
Whatever. I believe in this particular town, they call it a blockade.
A blockade.
A blockade.
blockade.
It's a stockade.
You say stockade, I say blockade. Whatever. Same.
Tomato, apple. It's all the same.
During the search of their home, investigators noticed that the house had been meticulously cleaned and had a distinct lemony cleaning solution smell, but still found items that were said to be of major importance to the investigation.
Don't.
Eyes up here, Kay. Eyes up here.
I don't know where I'm supposed to look. I'll just stare at you guys.
We're staring at you. You don't know it, but we're
No,
just
I'm looking all over the
captivated.
place.
You don't even know
Fine.
what Jane looks like right now. I'm just looking at you.
We'll just look at each other.
While searching the school grounds, they also found the burnt remains of the girls' jerseys and other clothing items they were wearing, along with a random hair.
Ew.
Just one hair.
Well, I think it was multiple hairs, but I think this
random.
part was
Either way.
Random.
It's just random.
Upon testing the hair, it did not belong to either one of the girls, but did belong to Ian Huntley.
Oh, that Ian.
The fibers from these jerseys were also matched with fibers found on Ian Huntley's person and clothing in their home.
Mm.
Wait, they were still on him?
Like, no, it was on their clothes.
No, it was like on his clothes in the home and on his person.
Oh.
Yeah, it
Like
doesn't.
he still had the fibers on his person.
I thought you meant on their clothes that they found the
Whose
jersey.
fibers are they?
The fibers from these jerseys were
It's
also
girls'
matched with
jerseys.
fibers
Girls'
found on. Yeah, God damn it, Daryl!
We're trying to figure out where the fibers are from.
Yeah.
The fibers from these jerseys were also matched with fibers found on Ian Huntley's
Okay.
person,
Yeah.
on him,
Oh, okay.
Right.
and clothing in their home.
So they were
Got it.
mixed fibers.
Yeah.
From everybody. They were all from everybody.
All the fibers.
The
All the
fibers.
fibers.
On August 17th, a gamekeeper found the burnt remains of two young girls
No.
found in a 5-foot deep irrigation ditch along the RAF Lake and Heath base in Suffolk,
Aw. Oh.
over 10 miles east of Soham. The girls' bodies were found 13 days after they had disappeared and were in an advanced state of decomposition.
Oh.
Wow.
The pathetic attempt to cover up the murder left many items of evidence at the scene.
Mm-mm.
At this point, the police were sure they have enough evidence to make an arrest.
Oh my gosh.
On the same day, August 17th, police arrested both Carr and Huntley on suspicions of abduction and murder.
Mm.
Although previously they believed the girls had just been abducted, they now publicly announced that they found the remains of two young girls and believe the girls to have been murdered, awaiting further testing to identify the bodies.
Oh,
That's awful.
While interrogating Huntley, he would frequently drool and look emotionally
what?
and mentally detached and refused
Drool?
to answer questions.
That's nasty.
Why he drooling? Is he faking?
Yeah.
Most likely,
He's
yes.
faking.
Okay.
This prompted investigators to refer Huntley to a mental hospital to undergo an extensive psychological evaluation. By contrast, Maxine Carr sang like a motherfucking bird.
Of course she did.
Her. She's been waiting to get rid of him. She's been waiting.
Nope.
Good for her.
Actually, it didn't say that. But by contrast, Maxine Carr was a little more cooperative.
Okay. I like your version better.
Yeah.
She recanted her alibi and told them that a few days before she came home from Grimsby, Huntley called her saying that the girls had actually come in the house. He then went on to say Holly Wells had a nosebleed and asked for help.
Oh,
While in the
gosh.
bathroom, she slipped and fell and hit her head and
Oh.
would not wake up.
Oh no.
This is the best. This is
This is the
sorry,
best
Mama.
thing he could
This
come
is
up
the
with.
best part. Jessica started screaming, and in an effort to quiet her, he placed his hands over her face and mouth
Oh.
and accidentally suffocated her to death.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, when that
accidentally died.
happens.
Especially because that
Maxine
takes like 5 to 10 minutes to
Yeah.
happen. It's
Yeah.
not quick.
Not just a quick 30
Just an
second.
accident sitting here.
Maxine said she had fabricated the alibi because Ian said the accusations in Grimsby were too much, and if he was accused of these girls' murders, he would have a mental breakdown.
Oh.
So
Oh,
goodness.
too bad.
She insisted that he had nothing to do with their disappearance, just could not handle the accusations. So to appease his mental state, she concocted the alibi.
Oh, and I think that she's just as guilty as he is.
Me too.
On
Obstruction.
August 20th, the couple were officially charged. Ian Huntley was charged with 2 counts of murder, and in an amazing gesture of leniency, Maxine Carr was charged with perverting the course of justice, which is obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
Well, she was probably so mentally abused, and
I agree. I mean,
not
I feel like
thinking
she was in
right.
an impossible situation. It's not like she was there and saw it happen. Like
Yeah.
she didn't witness it. So I get it.
Yeah. The jury deliberated for 4 days, and on December 17th, 2003, Huntley was found guilty of both murders and sentenced to life in prison with a mandatory 40 years.
That's a
Maxine
lot.
Carr was found guilty of perverting the course of justice and sentenced to 3.5 years in prison.
She went to jail? Well, yeah.
Ian Huntley still maintains his ridiculous claims of innocence from behind bars.
Well, I hope
He'll
while
be
that's
eligible.
happening. Eligible?
He will be eligible for parole in 2042 and will be 68 years old.
Ugh, and he'll probably still be a creep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he will. So they just need to not let him out.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's understanding what those girls went through
I hope
on a
that
daily
somebody's
basis.
putting
Yeah.
their hands
Maybe
around his neck.
putting accidentally covering his face and nose for 20 minutes or so.
While other things are happening.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I guarantee he doesn't understand because he probably doesn't think he has probably told his lie for long enough that he believes it.
Yeah.
He believes it. And all the other stuff with like put girlfriends like the girlfriend constantly having to like, hey man, like maybe don't choke me.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this 1 or 5 times before. Maybe don't do that. That it probably doesn't even enter his mind.
No,
Right.
no. Or if it does, he thinks, well, she made me do it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew. Well, I know
He's
life in
gross.
Wow.
prison. Life in prison over there isn't like life in prison
no.
here. It's
No.
like it's
I think it's
shorter
worse.
sentences.
No.
No, they don't. They won't
Really?
put someone in prison forever. They call it life in prison.
Oh,
but
that's
it's,
right.
yeah.
It's just like Canada. Like you murder people in Canada, and there's a good chance you're seeing freedom in like 5 or 10 years.
Ugh.
No, I can't get over that. And
Yeah.
so I wonder what the prisons are like over there compared to what our prisons are, just on a daily basis. I don't know. I think you can watch Locked Up Abroad. That's what we need to watch so that we can figure out what
You guys
prison
tell
is
me
like
how
in
that
the
goes.
UK.
I'm good. I know. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
No.
Okay. I kind of
What
do.
did
I'm always
we used to
interested.
watch like World's Worst Prisons or
Yeah,
something,
World's
and there
Worst
was
Prisons.
one in like England or something, and I was kind of shocked. I thought they'd be like all very proper.
Yeah, like having tea every day.
No, but I think that's the only
But it
prison
wasn't. It was
Yeah,
bad.
and it's all like the gangsters of
Okay.
England. That's where they put them.
That's where they put them.
the people
Okay.
that like feed people to pigs and
Oh.
do crazy shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, that
Russia,
was quite a story.
Russia takes the cake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Russia
Well,
takes the cake.
I don't know, because like Thailand and
Mm.
like Indonesia, places like that, those are pretty bad prisons.
Yeah.
They're not okay.
There was
So-
one in like Brazil or
Mhm.
Mexico
Yes,
City. One of those that
Brazil.
was just like, oh,
Yeah, it was
my
basically-
God, that's terrifying.
They took the gangs off the streets and just put them in a big
And
like a
let
big
them
cage.
And they
police
just
themselves.
run,
And
they
they-
police
they-
themselves.
yeah,
They run the whole thing.
Yeah.
It is so scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
where was the one? There was one that was in Africa somewhere. Or maybe it was still South America somewhere. I think it was Africa. It was like a prison in probably South Africa.
Mhm.
And it was basically like this huge desert area, and there were different buildings,
Yeah.
and like
You
these
just-
people,
Just throw them in there.
it was all the people who were like sent to prison for trying to like hijack the shipping container ships.
Okay.
You know, and they put them in there, and those
Mhm.
guys are like
They're
they don't-
ruthless.
They do not care. Like
No.
the value of life for them is
Oh,
absolutely nothing.
I know. I saw one of the prison in Brazil, and the guards don't even go into the prison.
yeah.
Like they open the gate, they push you in, they lock the gate. They don't go
Yeah.
in for any reason.
They say
Yeah.
good luck.
There's no like dining hall.
Right.
Like it's a free for all.
Yeah.
It is so scary. It's so scary.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so maybe we could get him transferred to one of those prisons.
That's
Right.
great. How do we do that?
Yeah, how do we get
Let's
that
start
done?
a letter campaign and get that happening.
Well, I know in 2042, I don't want to be over there if he's getting out.
Oh God, no.
Mm-mm.
No. So that's off my list. I can't travel that year.
Yeah.
Putting that on my calendar. So.
Dear Queen, we request.
We duly and properly request that you put in Huntley.
Where's
You should-
Ann?
She's here on the freaking floor.
Do you want me to show
Oh,
her to
keeping
you?
your dog
With the
hushed.
doggy.
Well,
Yeah.
he goes crazy, and then I sit on the floor, and he walks away.
I know
don't
he walks
what's
away
happening.
from, like he's in the kitchen right now.
But if I sit in the chair,
But
then
if she sits in the chair, he starts crying under the table. Yeah.
Like, lady,
And
get
then
down
she
here on
sits
the
down
floor.
to hold him, and he walks away. He just doesn't want her up here.
No, you cannot be
He's
higher
such
than
a
me.
control freak.
It's not the way it works. That's the life of a person that owns a terrier. You
Yes,
just have to be ready for the
they have to have the
drama.
last word and everything.
Are you a nerd? Are you a person? Then check out Voluntary Input, where we not only have open discussions about tech, TV, movies, and gaming, but also open discussions about people, and sometimes with the people behind the tech. Catch new episodes with me, Leo Allen, bi-weekly on Tuesdays on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Good Pods, and pretty much everywhere else you listen to podcasts. And be sure to check out videos of every episode on YouTube and Twitch. Simply go to voluntaryinput.com to find all the ways you can listen to us, contact us, and better yet, select register as a guest to be a guest on the show, because we are always looking for great guests like you.
Never forced, never coerced. Welcome to Voluntary Input.
That's all for this episode. Thanks so much for listening. Stay tuned for our episode next week to hear more from J&K with Fuck My Work Life. Sorry, Mama. You can find all of our episodes on any listening platform. And don't forget, we love email, murder.sugarcoated@gmail.com.
This has
Bye.
been Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a deliciously entertaining true crime podcast. Like what you heard? You can always explore past episodes by visiting sugarcoatedpod.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook fan page and share with friends. Thanks for listening to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast.
Thank you for listening to Believe. You can show support to your host by subscribing to the show and giving us a 5-star rating on your preferred platform. Check us out at Believe.com and search for BLEAV on YouTube.